Welcome back to another video, and in this one I'm going to speak about cheap times of the year to go to popular vacation destinations. And let's start off with Las Vegas, which can be great if you want to experience the casino resort environment, but you don't necessarily want the super crowded experience and long wait times for various attractions and dining options. If you go through December and January, I pulled random room rate scenarios during those months of December and January, and I discovered significant price savings compared to other months of the year where it's more crowded and more in season for Vegas. So December, January are great if you want lower wait times for dining options, more chances to secure that reservation at the nice restaurant that you want, and also just less crowds walking around on the strip and in the casinos themselves. I like going to Vegas when it's crowded, but I also like going when it's less crowded. It's a little bit of a different vibe, more relaxing, laid back vibe, but you still get to enjoy most, if not all, of what Vegas has to offer. Another thing to consider about Vegas, if you want more time frames to go during the year but still save money, is try going during the week. Try booking the majority or all of your room stays during the week. Sunday through Thursday is going to give you the chance of getting the lowest room rates. I discovered savings of over 30 to 40%, in some cases even higher, for comparable rooms compared to what they would cost on the weekend. So Vegas during the week, it's not exclusive to Vegas, but Vegas during the week is certainly significantly cheaper, and you get most of what Vegas has to offer as far as the casinos and most of the restaurants. I say most because during the week there is a possibility that some eating establishments may not have the same hours. They may have limited hours. They may close early or not even be open during certain days of the week where it's slower. So you might want to check because it's subject to change. So go online and do a little research right before you go to see what is open, to make sure that you are okay with not being able to have access to all of your dining options if you go to Vegas during the week. Another vacation option that is super popular is Disney World. And of course, it's known for a great place to go, but also it's expensive. However, there are certain times of the year where you can save a little bit of money if you go during the slow season, which is generally going to be when school is in session. But I discovered that if you go during certain specific months, like January through mid-February, there's more of a chance that you're going to get a lower price on your vacation package in Disney World. Disney World has a great website that you can utilize to run pretend scenarios of vacation packages so that you can see and evaluate for yourself what it's going to cost you to go during different times of the year and what the pricing is going to be for the different resorts that you can select from. And there's a lot to choose from. So definitely check that out. But generally speaking, the months of January through mid-February were the ones that I saw were the cheapest. You can also go through November through December. I did find some good deals there as well. But again, you want to avoid the major holidays because obviously those can make the prices jump up a lot. So you can also get hotel discounts if you go during the month of November to December, but it's not going to be as steeply discounted as if you were to go during the months of January through mid-February, which is after the holidays and when kids are in school. So just keep that in mind. The next vacation option is the cruise vacation. I like cruises because they do have the ability to slightly change their course to avoid certain rough patches of weather and storms, but I also love them because they kind of give you like an all-inclusive, all-encompassing, everything in one stop, and it's very unique to the cruise industry where you can get dining and the vacation environment all packed into one, and at the same time visiting different destinations. Some of them, of course, are tourist traps, but it can still be a lot of fun as well. And if the ship is one of the more modern, large ships, which I highly recommend if you can afford it, then you're going to have the best experience possible. So with the cruises, it was a little harder for me to see strict patterns of when exactly you can get better deals. But what I did find in running some scenarios is that if you go during January to March, I was able to run some scenarios with some savings there. And of course, the same applies to cruises as it does other vacations. If you book in the summer, spring break, and other major holidays, expect to pay a lot more money. So you generally want to avoid those time frames. But again, let me repeat, January to March usually offered some great prices. But remember that pricing and availability does vary, so you want to check online. And also, like Disney World, the cruise industry does have some pretty good websites that you can navigate to at least plug in pretend scenario dates, and you can get an idea of what the cost is going to be versus, other different dates. You can compare and contrast there and really evaluate this for yourself. I just pulled up some more dates and just pricing scenarios, and January to March, again, I'm getting about 30% reduced prices compared to like the summer months. So definitely consider those time frames if you have the flexibility to do so. But let's face it, the reality is that not a lot of families have that flexibility to go on a vacation during slow off-peak times of the year. Usually they have to wait until the kids come out of school, and that means it's going to be more crowded. So in that situation, I do recommend that you take a look at the most recent, largest cruise ships from companies like Royal Caribbean and Carnival. Go on their websites and see what those ships have to offer. You're going to be pleasantly surprised, if you haven't been on a cruise in a while, how big, large, expansive, and how much there is to do on those ships. But more importantly, if you have to book when it's more popular to go on these trips, when it's crowded, these larger ships tend to be more efficient with their space and can handle the larger crowds. So it's not going to feel quite as packed and uncomfortable as if you were booking on one of the smaller, older vessels. So I think it's worth it to spend extra to get that larger ship and really maximize your vacation experience if you're going during peak times of the year. And since you're going to be spending the majority of your time on the ship in the open water, the cruise ship itself can be the destination unto itself. Even though you do stop at different places that are really, really nice, some of them can be touristy, but usually they're all pretty nice as well. The ship itself is, in essence, the destination. So you want to get the best possible cruise ship that you can afford and optimize your chances of having a great time on your next family vacation, even if it's going to be a little bit crowded. So with that said, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.